Sir, the other question that I have is, the basic understanding right now, because the IT industries, most of their feeling is that the software engineers or anyone doesn't come under the workman. So I would like you to clarify on what is a workman, and also how is it different, impacting the ITITS industry? How do we define this? I think this definition is very, very important for everybody, sir.
Actually, mostly the ITITS industries are having a feeling that they are not covered under the Industry Dispute Act. The employees are working with them are not workmen is only myth. It's not the reality. As per law, every organization, there are the employees who fall under the definition of workmen and who are come outside the scope of definition of work. Then broadly to explain, who is a workman, who is a non-workman? The non-workman means the employees employed in supervisory and managerial position. The one who got supervisory functions like recommendation of leave, sanction of leave, and appraisal, performance appraisal, recommendation of increment, sanction of increment, so on and so forth, appointment, taking interviews and selecting the candidates, and taking disciplinary action. These are all the managerial and supervisory functions. If any employee discharging these functions or any of these functions, they are excluded from the definition of workmen, like supervising and testament of. Who is not doing these functions, discharging these functions, irrespective of the designation, irrespective of the salary he draws, irrespective of the dress appearance or qualification, because in mostly ITITS sector, we call them white collar employees. They don't come under the blue collar or the workmen, white collar or the, now white collar and blue collar are the management terms, but they are not the legal. They're not. So the laws are applicable, and in IT also, ITITS also, workman category is there. According to me, IT use different nomenclatures for the position. Certain companies call them consultant, software engineer, junior software engineer, developer, junior developer, associate, or junior analyst, or so on and so forth. All these people come under the category of workman definition. Only the team lead onwards who enters workman is excluded from the definition of work.
Okay, sir. In this case, one question that the employees in the ITITS and who are so-called white-collar workers, they all have an agreement, service agreements or maybe the employment agreements and all. So, how is that employment agreement versus the definition under a workman? Both are going to kind of exist together.
Yes. As regards the workman, who come under the definition of workman, they are governed under the labor laws. And the employees who doesn't fall under the definition of workman, also certain of the labor laws are applicable, not all the labor laws. Wherever the law is applicable, the provisions of law supersede the employment contract. Employment contract doesn't supersede the provision of law. So they are the non-workman category is concerned. The terms and conditions in respect of selection, separation, recruitment, retrenchment, or whatever it is, purely governed as per the terms and conditions of their employment contract with the employer when it comes to the supervisory and managerial position. When it comes to the workman position, their service conditions are governed either under the Industrial Dispute Act or under the Shops and Commercial Establishment Act. That has to be followed. Your voice is not audible.
I put it on mute, not to get the disturbance. Okay, so one of the questions are, there are some companies who actually have paid the March month salaries, and they're now looking at, how do they really deal with, because already March, is over, and some of them were able to pay full salary, sir, and some of them were not able to discharge full salary. So some of them paid the, part of it because, their revenues have not realized. So in such cases, is suppose one question, sir, is there is a possibility that if they want to pay partly from this month and also let's say April, May, over the next 3-4 months, because there is no flow of money, and can that be paid at a later point of time based on when the business improves?
No, actually the provisions of the law doesn't permit deferment of payment. The government is different. They have, by virtue of the powers conferred upon them, they have given order. But when it comes to the private sector, they are not permitted to differ. However, they can arrive at an agreement with the workman or the employees that owing to these reasons, the 50% payment is now being paid. The remaining 50% shall be paid on or before certain date or installed. If the workman or the employee gives consent, well,
Okay, so I think it is more a question
otherwise,
of how
yeah,
do
otherwise,
both employer employee comes
yes.
together.
Yeah, otherwise, as per the provisions of the Act, the employer has to pay before 5th, 7th, and 10th because Shops Act idea, this Payment of Wages Act differs. So he has to pay the previous month's salary has to be paid in the succeeding month on or before 7th. Otherwise, the full payment has to be made.
Okay, sir, I have one more question because I found that there is a set of agreement. There are some people who have agreed that saying that employees understood that there is no business from the day one of the closure, lockdown, or whatever. So they agreed with the employer that okay, it's okay, you don't pay the salaries for the next 2 months, but once it's done, probably you will pay that back once we start the business. In such cases, what kind of now it is both an agreement together, but how do they need to make sure that that is properly legal or documented? Is it required or not required, sir?
Strictly speaking, any agreement or contract in violation of provision of law is a wide definition. If it is in consonance with the provision of law, it is valid.
Okay.
And the law says the employer has to pay 7th or 10th or 5th, as the case may be, depending on the act. So it cannot be said it can 100% be enforced. However, if the employee himself gives option, there won't be any his consent. There won't be any litigation. So it can be mutual understanding going to the circumstances. Yeah. It is a win-win situation where they accommodate the employer, and accommodating the employer is nothing but saving their own employer.
Absolutely, absolutely.